used to watching him play swathed in knee bandages and the like, but looking pretty clean now. Again, some infringements on the ground. A lot of comments yesterday about the Philippines' work at the breakdown, especially against their game Hong Kong. But referee Hollywood Mackay was onto it. Really one of our most celebrated referees, Paul Mackay. Just watches running lines and his signals. It's all perfect. Certainly a good figurehead to follow, that's for sure, if you're wanting to take up refereeing in the future. All very clearly communicated, with a slight Hollywood spin sometimes. Defensive scrum for the Philippines. They're camped on their 22. They're 12-0 down, 5 minutes gone in the first half. Here's Holgate. Not sure about the rumour that he was offered a contract by a large toothpaste manufacturer to change his family name to start with a C. Gareth Holgate. That is the rumour in Manila at the moment. And I must offer profuse apologies to Andrew Wolfe, who I called Kenny Stern yesterday. Here he is now. Little numbering issue on the team sheets. Commentator's curse. Sorry, Andrew, and all Wolfie's fans back in the Philippines. Certainly we called his name a lot yesterday. He was featured well in play. And being the ultimate sportsman that he is, wasn't involved in the little dust-up against Kazakhstan. Philippines losing Ned Stevenson, one of their players, for a few games after his red card. Jake Letts putting some pressure on young Hyun-Yoon. Out to Kim Nam-wook, who throws a nice ball, but it's well read by the Philippines defence. No way through for Jang Seung-min. But here's Han Kuk-kyu, who's quite a scary sight, bullocking his way towards you on a Sunday morning, I'm sure. Young assesses his options. There is a gap on the left, and he probes it too, although running slightly sideways, letting Kim Nam-wook come in. Oh Yun-hyung out to Kim Jong-min, who drops the ball. In fact, that's Kim Kyun-hyun. Many thanks to Dino Herawini, who was meant to be here at 8 o'clock this morning to do the early shift. Sadly, early mornings in Dino only come around once a week by the looks of it. That was Saturday. Here's Kim Jong-min, who gets it out to Jang. Again, we haven't seen Jeong Yong-sik for the last couple of games. Their flyer, who impressed so much in the first game, although must have been a tackle. Surely Gareth Holgate can't believe his luck. So it's an intercept try. Well, that is controversial, to say the least. The Koreans with their hands on their hips, and rightfully so. Surely there was some sort of breakdown there. Tackle only. So that's a weird one, isn't it? So Holgate puts on his famous Holgate smile and scores the intercept try. The Welshman. Oh, I'd love a coffee. Is it mine? Anyone else's? Oh, thank you. It's very kind. Thanks again. Appreciate it. No milk for me. Are you a milk guy? You're a milk guy, aren't you? Too late for milk? All right. Thank you. So half-time makes it 12-7. Philippines a little fortunate there to close the gap, but well, if you're a studier of the law book and there was no ruck formed, then Holgate was fully within his rights. think they might have come and gone. I'm fine, thank you very much. What's your name, mate? Mike. Yes, good to meet you too. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I was down at Wan Chai. Did you see him at Wan Chai? So second half begins, and Philippines are only 5 points behind, courtesy of a try just before half time. Puts the ball into the line out. It's captured by Jiong Ming. Here's Kim Nam Wook, lovely straight runner. Jung cuts inside. Jason Lynch getting a bit of help from Holgate, but both of them can't hold him down. Young with players on the outside. Oh Yun Hyung. Down he goes, 10 metres out. Penalty, Korea not releasing the ball carrier. Here's a Young Young Hoon who gets it out to Jung. He's been a tough prospect to tackle, but they managed to drag him down. But here's Kim Jong Min, who prospers with a second try. Good pressure from Korea. They were relentless on attack, moving the ball both sides of the field, really stretching the Philippines' defence. And with the strong ball carriers attracting more than one defender, who are bound to be getting. Little knock on there. So Philippines still within touching distance. They've got 4 minutes left. 10 points down. Need to score twice. The Koreans looking very impressive. Philippines being coached by Jeff Alley. Quite a personality in the New Zealand rugby scene, from North Harbour and the Waikato. He's added a new dimension. Young snipes off the scrum. Oh Yun Hyung backs himself, but well tied up from the Philippines defence. And another knock on. You'd imagine that it's quite warm out there, probably a bit of sweat now coming off the players, and all becoming a little bit more slippery. Holgate gets it to Jason Lynch. We haven't seen his brother Sean on this game. Oh, little intercept, so Korea get one back. Yoon Tae-il decides he'll just trail the ball carrier and nicks it just like that. Here's Young Sik. He's not even stripped up. He's water boy.
Grade 22, 7.
That should be the game for Korea. 22-7 out, 2 minutes left. And really just taking their time, strolling back to halfway to restart. No hurry. Oh Yun Hyun. Another high ball for Boheni. Again, the attentions of not Han this time. It's Yoon Tae-il, the try scorer. Kim Won-young gets it wide. Nice draw there from Kim Hyun-soo. Really stretching them down the right-hand side of the field. Seems like the good attacking option for Korea. Here's Kim Hyun-soo. Wow, lovely step and change of direction. He's packed some size on Kim Hyun-soo. We first saw him as an 18-year-old about 4 or 5 years ago make the national squad, where he was a lightweight, speedy flanker full of courage, but now he's really developed and is a big, strong man, but still hasn't lost any of his speed, that's for sure, Kim Hyun-soo. But a lot of problems with his feet. These are tarsal injuries and what the like, but nothing wrong with his feet here. Watch the change of direction coming up, and nice work from Kim Hyun-soo. Well, Korea really announcing themselves as one of the favourites for this tournament, I think, with this performance. If we hark back to the game against Hong Kong for Philippines, Hong Kong beating Philippines 24-0. And not the same sort of spread at the moment for Korea. So if we use that as an indication, we know things are going to be pretty tight between Korea, Japan, Hong Kong. Holgate takes it quickly. Jones tries to find the outside break, but Everingham there at the base of the ruck. Zapier, he's a big, strong ball carrier. Interesting they didn't use him earlier in the game to combat some of the physicality that Korea brought. Holgate snaps the ball out to Sean Lynch. And oh, he's got a bit of speed, Sean Lynch, for a big man. Korea just happy to guide him into the corner flag there, knowing the game is safe. It's a good run from Sean Lynch. So obviously some fresh legs showing what they've got from the Philippines. Good stuff from Stern, Zapier, and Sean Lynch there. Not forgetting Robert Jones as well. One man we haven't seen is the young Vincent Young, sorry, from England, who's just joined the Philippines squad. There's the hooter blows for full time. Holgate tries to get this conversion over, but is unsuccessful. So that's the first Cup quarter-final over for the morning, in Korea underlining their claims for the tournament with a 29-12 victory over the Philippines.
Well, good morning, everyone. On this glorious day 2, we're fortunate enough to be joined by one of the Hong Kong Sevens men's coaching team, Mr. Kane Jury. Kane, good morning. Now, for those of us that don't know, it was a busy day yesterday, long day, 3 games for the men's, 3 successful games for the men, but a hot day. What do they do to relax once they get back to the hotel?
Good morning, Andy. I think important for the boys today is yesterday was just to relax. They've got recovery protocols which they've got to get themselves into, and what I've found is they've become extremely good poker players. So that is their relaxation, mate. They love playing some cards and occasionally now and again chucking in $1 or 2.
Fantastic. So they're well rested, prepared for today. Looking ahead for today, how are the teams feeling?
I think this morning, just looking at the boys and talking to them, there's a calmness about them today, which is really important. You know, day 2, it's extremely important for the boys to get up. Lots of emotions always run high in and amongst the group as well, but like I said, there's a calmness about them and we're looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Kane, thank you for your time. Good luck today. Great to hear that Hong Kong are primed and in a relaxed state for day 2. Good luck to them.
So we're
Hello,
at
Matthew.
28. It's our
You right?
second cup quarter-final, and this one should be an absolute cracker. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome to the pitch the teams from Japan and China.
Well, this could be an interesting clash. China showed glimpses of form yesterday as they dispatched the Chinese Taipei team 19-12. Lost to Sri Lanka 17-5. But if they can get some go forward, they look like a pretty good squad. Japan, on the other hand, with two pretty good victories, UAE 50-0 and Malaysia 28-0. But there's just a feeling that this Japanese squad may be on the inexperienced side. So I'm sure if China can apply some pressure here, could be quite an interesting game.
This match, Mr. Azhar Mohammed from Singapore.
So Japan in the red, playing left to right, and China with the yellow strip, which is quite annoying for a commentator because we can't see the player numbers at all. But enough of my gripes, let's get on with the rugby. It's Somayama to kick off. Nice high hanging kick to China, who managed to tie up the possession nicely. Here's Feng, played very well yesterday, the standoff. And they've got some pace outside here. If they can only catch the ball. That was Liu Hua Chen, who does recover. Big man there is Lu Guanzhan, who's done his fair share of ball carrying for the team, that's for sure. Runs a nice line. And this is Feng Li Wei, who scored 3 tries yesterday as well. So good start here from China. They managed to hold the possession through a couple of phases. Shame that the winger Liu Hua Chen couldn't hold on to that pass because he had quite a lot of space and the line in front of him was 60 or 70 metres away, but it would have been a good test for the defender Matsui to track him down. Feng Li Wei takes it away from the scrum. Still going too, pops a lovely ball that perhaps the supporting player was slightly masked, didn't see it till the last split second. Out it comes. Again, just a little untidy under pressure, but they've still got possession, denying Japan as well, which is also important. Here comes Liu. In front of the kicker perhaps there. Or is it a late tackle? Oh, did they? Yeah. So well, here we are. We're 2 minutes into the game and Japan haven't had the ball yet. This is brilliant from China. Can they convert this possession into some sort of points? This will be a real test for Lamano Lameki and his young band of men. Feng gets the double round. Good defense though from Japan. So Feng just puts in a little kick probing, but it's gone too far. So that was a great defensive line there from Japan. They applied some real pressure. I'll come back for the scrum rather than the 22, the attacking kick going dead. And Japan will be delighted to have the put into the scrum and perhaps after 2 minutes 40 get some ball they can play with. Somayama is the key man here at first receiver. Decides to go left. He's got Kato outside him. Stringy young player. Was held in the tackle. It looks like the penalty's gone to Japan. Here's Topa, who's a big man and hard to put down, but very good tackle there and nice work too as the tackler was allowed to get in there and slow it down. Here's Lameki, and Lameki steppies and away goes. The magic of Lamano Lepi from 60 metres out. All he needed was a sniff and a chance. And all that pressure, all that good work from China slowly comes undone as Lameki dots down under the posts. And look at that body language from Lameki. It's, I'm the boss around here. We might not get the ball for a couple of minutes, but once I get it in my hands, watch me. Hands the ball to Somayama. saw him last year in the Asian 7 Series and showed some real glimpses of potential. Love the speed that he comes to the line with, and also the sound drop kicking game that he brings. And I'm sure we'll see Sakai back for the Asian Games, the talismanic captain of Japan. It's great for Coach Sagawa to know they've got a backup of Somiyama's quality. Lovely high kickoff too. Waiting for an eternity for it to come down, but it does eventually, and Liu Guanjian gets the ball out wide now. Oh, good run, good inside step. Nice pace, good support, but again, the last pass just going awry. I'll tell you what, this Chinese team, they really do have some potential. We talked about it yesterday, the timing of the runs, just some little knock-ons. The lines are great that they're running. It's just these last passes under defensive pressure that are not going to hand. You just feel that last 3 or 4% is missing, but once they click, oh my goodness. So Japan to put the ball in. Lemeki standing on the left wing. Kasagi's at scrum half, gives it to Somiyama, decides to put in a little kick. And Matsui is chasing this one with real determination. Tracks down the Chinese defender, who is allowed to hold on to the ball for a reasonably long time, but oh, again, what was that? Just, you see, oh, there's a succession of errors. Liu Guanjian had one of the Japanese defenders looming down on him, the biggest man on the field, but he just decided to let the ball go. Fell into the Japanese hands, but they couldn't dot down either. Early morning blues on a Sunday here at the Hong Kong Football Club. So Kasagi to put the ball in, and Lemeki this time at first receiver, just taking responsibility again, but it's a tight head. Great work at the scrum from China. Feng takes it away, he's trying to elude the defenders. It was Kato and Hano that were after him, manages to get into the field of play. It's great work, canny work from China. It's always good to see them playing with a good head. Again, there's a Chinese player who's not really in the zone though, was not expecting the ball, even though he was 2 meters away from the ball carrier. Got quite a shot to get in his hand, so he's belted it down the field. Matsui, oh, goes for a little dive, a la Suarez. There was a delayed reaction there. It got bumped as he kicked it. Oh, but referee Azar's fallen for it. That's a shame. Lemeki, second time he's touched the ball, and he's got Matsui in space, but that's rough justice there. Matsui dropping the ball, and China on the attack again. Yeah, so we'll have a penalty. Lemeki better be careful here. Just as Azar blew the whistle, Lemeki kicking it into touch. Could be a yellow. No. Head-high tackle from Lemeki. So China, with the last chance to level it up here, they certainly deserve to have something from this first half. They've really played well. Not sure if they're as fit as Japan either. You can see there's a bit of heavy breathing going on in the Chinese ranks. Oh, good pass, but just on the support line from the Chinese player. He's done well now though. He's doubled back round the right wing. Brilliant defense there from Japan, just managing to drag him down by Matsui, and it's a turnover. Now the alarm bells must go for China. Lemeki's got it inside his 22, but just the physical strength of the man. Not the biggest stature, but just bumps them off. Great tracking back from the tight forward, Liu Guanjian, but it's Kato that's got the ball now, and he runs it in. So what a disaster for China. They've been so unlucky, and just those last passes as well. The skill level not quite up to it. Perhaps 3-4 chances in the first half for China, but couldn't convert any of them. And conversely, Japan with maybe 2 or 3 chances, converting 2/3 of them. And thanks mainly to Lamano Lemeki. He certainly is one of the dominant sevens players in Asia. So halftime score is 12-0 at the moment with the conversion to come.
Successful conversion from the boots of Shigenori Soniyama, and Japan enter the halftime break 14-0.
Hear me? 1, 2, 3. Can hear, huh? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. So welcome back to the second half. Oh, errors here from Japan. Somiyama throwing a lovely inside ball, but Hano not really reading it. Hano, a player from the NTT Shining Arcs. So Wang Jianhua is the first receiver, but Feng decides to snipe himself, but well captured down the blind side by Hano. Just talked about him. (14-0) at the moment. 2 converted tries to Japan, really against the run of play. China has dominated the first 8 or 9 minutes of this match. Here's Topa. Japan knocking it on, so playing advantage here for China. Well, this is it for China. They really need to score here, get themselves back into this game. Looks like there'll be a replacement. Fu Yingli is coming on. So much size and strength in this Chinese team. Big man, Fu. So the winner of this game will play Korea. So I'm sure the Koreans are cheering on China here to sap the strength of the Japanese. Nice inside ball, but well read from the Japanese defence. They're a smart bunch, that's for sure. And oh, a chance there for Kato to flip it out. Again, another knock on for Japan. So elementary errors, keeping them inside their 22 or thereabouts. More fresh legs for China. Wong Wei. Hopefully he'll go the right way, not the wrong way when he gets the ball. I don't write these. I've got a team. So China with another chance to score here, just outside the 22. 4.5 minutes left, and you'd imagine if they can score here, the pressure will increase on Japan. Little grubber kick through from Wong. Good pressure too on the Japanese player. Matsui Lameki decides to boot it downtown, relieve the pressure. But nice work from the sweeper, who's Liu Guanjian. Gets it to Wong Wei. Wong Wei showing a bit of pace. And they've got men on the outside. It just ignores him though. So another head-high tackle here. Who's at fault this time? I think it's Topa. So they may be one man down here. In fact, oh, he's given another warning. Lucky there from Japan. Great performance from China so far, but just quite frustrating, I'm sure, if you're a fan, to not to be able to convert this pressure into points. Shapes to kick, but thankfully doesn't. And in space now inside the 22, nice cut inside. Support plays in front of the ball carrier though, so no options. Penalty, ructed formed against Lameki. Quick tap from Fung. He snipes around the outside, it's a try under the posts. Just what the doctor ordered for China. And a great reward for all that pressure too. Well, the acid is on Japan now, 14 points to 7. Great to see some fans in the stands supporting the People's Republic of China team. And the cries of Dayo as well coming, the Chinese girls screaming support for their male counterparts. Good to see. Following the table tennis at the Youth Olympics and some of the Chinese speakers at the Commonwealth Games. Thought Dayo was going a little bit out of fashion. It seems to be Zui now, they all say. Zui! Love it. Love watching the table tennis. As Japan look to get things back on track. China will be very excited about this chance here. Oh, they've just got a bit too excited. Wong Wei smashing his way through the ruck there. But, interfering with the scrum half. And here's Matsui, just a 19-year-old lad, played on this very ground at the IRB Junior World Trophy earlier on this year. Lameki, oh again, he just dances his way around the outside. Superb to watch. And it's Hano, the tight forward, hanging around on the left wing, who goes in the corner. So order has been restored again through Lamano Lameki.
Japan, the try score by number 3, Kazuhi Hino.
He's got the most incredible swiveling hips, Lameki. To read him as a defender is so difficult, to know which way he's going to step and move and glide. been through a succession of teams. Lemeki started his professional career at the Mazda Blue Zoomers, moved to Cannon Eagles, had a spell at Sunnybank in Brisbane, and now into his second season at Honda Heat. Stopped at the post, so 19 points to 7, and only 20 seconds to go. So I think China's challenge has been extinguished here by Japan, but they certainly weren't the dominant team in this clash, that's for sure. And lots to get excited about if you're a fan of Chinese rugby, and of course they'll be through to the plate competition, take on the Philippines first in the semi-final. And referee Azhar Yusof blows it up. So a great performance from China, just couldn't convert all that pressure into points. So going down to Japan, who made the most of their chances, 19 points to 7. How are you? Okay. Oh, nice. All right then. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. Yep. Okay, brother. But they'll do the bowl and plate semis too, right? According to Jeff's message, is that right? Yep. John will do a couple of games. He's always got an opinion. Yeah. All right, that sounds good. Thanks for that. Is it? Oh, yeah, I guess it is still morning. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's coming next. 2 wins from 2 yesterday. Now it's knockout time. Let's get ready for some red on rugby. It's cup semi-final on the 20. Please welcome to the field Singapore and our hometown heroes, Hong Kong.
I wonder if he does boxing, or has he ever done boxing? Would be great. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, nice. So welcome back to the Hong Kong Football Club, quarter-final time in the Cup. And it's the battle of the financial centres, Hong Kong and Singapore. Hong Kong fielding a couple of young players to start. Jack Capon and Michael Coverdale look to be in the starting 7. Singapore just looking out for Brian Ung, doesn't seem to be playing today either, which is a bit of a loss to them.
Your referee for this match is Mr. Chris Lingwood from the UAE.
So with me in commentary, delighted to have Di Reese.
Hi Mike, morning.
Yes.
It is a lovely morning.
It's a beautiful morning.
I'm okay to come into the box at this stage with Hong Kong. Quarterfinals, I don't think they'll see me for the semis, and I count all chickens before they hatch, but I'm hoping that we have enough firepower.
So the other man with the start this morning is Hewson. Nice interplay there between Coverdale and Capon. Strong tackle from Daniel Mark Chow. Tom McQueen out to Jamie Hood, who looked like he forgot to launder his shorts overnight. Tom McQueen again, nice backup from him. Puts the jets on too, right round the defence, and screams through. Can he get the ball down? The dead ball assistant referee was in a great position to see, also the referee as well, so they'll have a little discussion.
It's interesting what Gareth's done this morning with the Hong Kong team, starting 3 or 4 players that didn't start yesterday.
So he's given the try. First blood for Tom McQueen.
Resting up a significant player, or 2 significant players, Rowan Vardy, running water, along with Alex McQueen, who had a huge influence on day 1, but rested up along with Lee Jones. So you can see early on day 2, Gareth Baker's tactics in terms of spreading the love and the resting a few of his key players.
Jamie Hood to restart. Chow underneath it, gets one hand to it, falls nicely for Chan. It doesn't bounce nicely for Israf.
Mike, the key to this game really is Singapore will struggle with the intensity of the full-time guys on a Hong Kong team. You saw it there with the midfield under pressure from Tom McQueen and Yukam Singh, and that's going to be the key to this game is the pressure that Hong Kong can exert, perhaps with a higher fitness levels and more experienced team.
Lee to put the ball in to Hood. Out to Tom McQueen, who's really a flyer. I think they're struggling with his pace as well and elusiveness. And Hewson with no elusiveness, straight and hard. Capon to Coverdale. And Yukam Singh's got space on the outside. Coverdale, though, a little blinkered there. Lee this time can spot a gap. Nice footwork, but also good cover defence from Daniel Mark Chow. Here's Hewson again.
Oh, trucked over from 50 metres out.
I think it might have been a sidestep as well off the left foot.
No doubt went back in the bar this evening. That would be 25 metres out, 3 side steps and crashing over into the post.
Well, he'd be delighted to get that monkey off his back too. The Hong Kong team merciless with him last year when he failed to score at about 4 or 5 tournaments.
And grabbing a try in his first win up of the season, so the pressure's off him now.
Hewson, such a big part of the Hong Kong rugby setup, both in the 15s and the 7s. So 2 quick tries for Hong Kong over Singapore. Halfway through this first half.
Looking ahead, I sense as well, Mike, that Gareth will be keen to get Jamie Hood off there early second half, so you'll probably see a swap for Alex McQueen, again spreading the love and the work rate.
Hewson gets up and knocks that one back for Tom McQueen. Hood's calling for the ball and he's got Yukam Singh. This time distribution is possible but not accurate. So Singapore get a chance to pick up the ball. But
setting high standards, Gareth is, I know, and you'd be disappointed Jamie Hood's pass then, 2-on-1, should have just put Yukam Singh over in the corner. Gareth will be frustrated with that as well, the players. They've set these high standards and that's a golden opportunity spewed to take the score well out of Singapore's reach.
There'll be some pressure on the scrum, you can be assured, from Hong Kong. Nice tidy little hook, but a poor pass to Israf. It's a free kick coming in at an angle, so Derek Chan takes it away. Gets it out to Mohamed Zaki, who was very impressive yesterday. And the flag goes up, it's Hong Kong ball. Hewson considers a quick throw. And his teammates unimpressed, just looking to slow it down.
Again, it's great to see, and from a development point of view, it's been great to see that Jack Caper, number 2 for Hong Kong, has been given a start. Gareth's been working really hard on him as a 7s hooker, something that we are really struggling with.
Oh, an intercept there from Singapore, but just cannot grasp the ball.
It's funny, that poor pass, you can see how the game swings. Jamie Hood should have been putting Newcam Singh into the corner 2 minutes ago, and the pressure that Hong Kong could have continued to exert. Just the momentum's gone out of the game again now, and from a coaching point of view, it's really frustrating. Just one pass and thrown the initiative back to Singapore. So let's hope we can get Hong Kong can get it back together now.
Just a minute left in the first half. Scruffy ball for Hong Kong. Good work from Derek Chan there.
Oh, yeah.
Speculative pass goes to Tom McQueen. Sets himself nicely and jets around the outside. Just the last pass again.
Just a little bit more control Hong Kong need. Frustrating themselves by not setting up the contact area. That's better by
Lee.
Kadu Lee. Just pulling a few defenders in.
Yeah. Early
ball required now to Salomo. I think he's slightly in front of the kicker. Jamie Hood is putting back on side now.
It's Jailani who's left by himself in isolation there to tidy that one up. So Hong Kong have got the ball. This time it's Hewson who calls for it. Quick one. Oh. Lee, oh, he had the try line in his sight. That's 4 or 5 passes that Hong Kong have either thrown poorly or not being able to pick up. So Singapore make the most of this error from Hong Kong. And good pace as well from the Singapore team. Alani with, again, no support. Just tired legs from all the defending they've been doing. And Hood, perhaps not on his feet.
Disappointing play by Hong Kong, lacking composure on the ball.
And that was good work from Jailani. Again, just didn't have the support required, though. So Singapore with a chance to get one back just before half-time. Here's Butler, bruising ball carrier for a compact player. Again, Hood slowing things down. Jailani, oh, blindsided there by Coverdale.
Well done,
so
Mike.
Advantage to Hong Kong. Max Dakano there getting a
should be
big
an easy
smash.
try.
Here's Carter Lee.
My word,
well,
my
it's
word,
a good little kick, I think. Thomas McQueen covers it.
It's poor play.
And bounces nicely. Well, the passing hasn't been working, Di, so we'll give it a little grubber.
Awful decision by Kadu Lee. Easy pass. That isn't going to work at IRB level. It isn't going to work in the semi-final or final. Awful decision by Kadu to kick then.
Well, you've had 4 or 5 passes that have been misdirected, Di. Surely the chance of a grub is not a bad idea?
No, with an overlap like that. That's typical coming from a commentator. He just likes to see the crowd entertained. Mike, you just love to see other things going on in the game.
I was just looking at the red Welsh mist descending. That was
the Hong Kong mist then. It wasn't the it wasn't the red mist. Anyway, on another note.
It's half time and the score's 19 points to 0 with the
Mike, a special
21-0.
21-0. Sorry, Mike. A special mention for a guy who worked with me as a coach before Gareth came in, Alex Gibbs, who this is our first tournament missing together in the extent of the Asian series. I'd just like to thank Alex for all his work and hard work and efforts over the 5 years. He's coaching our under-20s now. I know he was due to be at the tournament yesterday and booked a hotel for his lovely family, and unfortunately spent all day with his 2 children being sick all day in the hotel room. So we hope Alex is at the game today. I know he listened in to us for the Hong Kong game yesterday, last game, and wish him all the best and hope that he's here with his young family today.
Well, Alex Gibbs, one of the great rugby personalities of Hong Kong, although in Singapore we've grown accustomed to him wearing dresses on the Hong Kong Football Club tours. So probably doesn't have as much respect in Singapore as he does in the beautiful city of Hong Kong.
Alex, if you are listening, I hope you're on the headphones and the wife's not listening in with you. Lee, it's not true.
The great days of the SEC Sevens when the football club used to come down, and they were always an entertaining bunch. Happy to have a bit of fun too on the road. And just to remind you that the Singapore team are wearing green laces as a sign of respect for the Sarah Grace charity. That all the money that they're raising for their fundraising activities will go to the sarcoma research, which is great of them to do that. The other player who's missing from action today for Singapore is Jonathan Lee. their ex-captain. Obviously carrying a knock, which is a shame. Very effective player, always up for the physicality. So Gunasekaran gets a start in the second half for Singapore, and he kicks off.
And there's the predicted change at 10 for Hong Kong. Jamie Hood off and Alex McQueen on to give Alex more strings to his bow, so he can have an out in at 10. And a significant change as well. Yukam Singh coming off, and Rowan Vardy as well, a prominent figure in yesterday's games, onto the field.
Kato Lee playing a very good game for Hong Kong. Capon. Goes in, here's Alex McQueen. Plenty of time on the ball. Varty out to Hewson. Tucks the ball under his wing and smashes and crashes his way forward 5 metres, tying up that Singapore defence. Now the space, a 3-on-2 for Hong Kong. Lawa out to Capon again, a miserable pass.
Perhaps then he should have kicked it, Mike.
Now I know you're jesting with me. Singapore defensive line out, 20 metres out from the line. You see the forwards for Singapore have stayed on after the first half. No depth there off the bench. Varty with loads of space. Be great to see that trademark Varty run. He goes for the outside break, draws the wing in. Beautiful play from Rowan Varty and a try for T-Mac. Had too much space there, Di.
Yeah, the key to that again, Nick Hewson, a wily old head in the line out. I don't know if you really noticed the pressure that his movement with Kadu Lee put the Singapore line out, and resulted in the overthrow and the key possession with Singapore on the back foot 20 metres out. It's great ball to get, and it's something I know that Gareth and the forwards are working on, is to pressurise these defensive lineouts of opposition teams.
So Jonathan Lee finally gets some playing time. Mohamed Zaki coming off. Some tired legs in the Singapore camp. Chow and Butler been chasing the larger Hong Kong forwards around, making a lot of tackles.
Max Woodward being warmed up or brought on now, and again a guy who played every minute of every game yesterday. He was the tackler. Lots of people would have been shouting offside, but as the refs will tell you, the tackler can get to his feet and play the ball from either side of the tackle area. There's no ruck set up, so if you were to play that back, it's a superb turnover ball in midfield by Rowan Varty, and well refereed. I would say that man, we just scored a try. So.
Nice positive comments.
Nice positive comments. You've got a couple of referees
with,
sat in the box with me. He's actually noted it to praise the referee after as well, so I'm having a positive effect on the referees as well.
The sound of bridges being built, it's fantastic. Alex McQueen with a nice high kick-off, and it's gone too far. Woodward salvaged the situation, but no. The assistant referee with his flag up, and a free kick for Singapore. 2 minutes to go. This rough to Gunasekaran. Ariola. Gunasekaran to John Lee. Good carry from Lee. Butler. Cuts inside but meets all sorts of trouble there. Lava and Lee Jones bringing him to ground. Here's John Lee again. Nice pass from Lee, but not so good from Heikel, and now Dakonao.
Some good discipline being shown as well. Hong Kong could be forgiven, I suppose, for taking their foot off the pedal at this stage at 38-0, but I know that Gareth has set a store going into the semi-finals final with not conceding any points. Disappointed to have conceded a try against Kazakhstan yesterday in the early morning, but kept a blank score, and I think that's the key to our performance, or Hong Kong's performance now. Keeping a 0 on the board in every game.
Here's Alex McQueen at first receiver. Varty running into the traffic. Good work though, some lovely go forward. Kato Lee, beautiful momentum created by Varty. Oh, and a great attempt at picking up that low ball from T-Mac, but high standards there, unhappy with himself.
Just again, just a little bit of playing the ball in sevens. You have to play beyond the tackle line or before it, and Kadu just getting into the tackle line there and trying a sort of a high risk pass over the top, and as a result not completing. Just need to pass it either a little bit earlier, or when you got into that hole, back yourself and leave your contact area out the other side. And
definitely don't grab a kick it.
You'd have probably been better off grabbing a kick it then, mate.
Very contrary, at least, Mr. Rees. 5 minutes out now, under pressure. Lee Jones takes the ball and all. Good effective tackle there from Butler. Managed to knock the ball out of his hands, but that's full time. Brave from Singapore, but outclassed in the end, sadly, by Hong Kong. 38 points to 0. Your verdict, Di?
Yeah, good, efficient performance. Particularly what was pleasing from the Hong Kong point of view is that Gareth gave 4 guys that hadn't had a start in the first 2 games on day 1. So it was pleasing to see those guys pick up where the team left off last evening. So Gareth will be really pleased. Key players being only given 6 or 7 minutes, so they should be in good shape, no injuries, and really fresh. So it's nice to have a quarter final like that. Now the real business end of the game starts. The business end of the tournament starts with the semi-final and final.
Coming up next, Malaysia and Sri Lanka.
Ladies and gentlemen, we reach match number 30, and it's our final men's cup quarter-finals. Please put your hands together and welcome back to the pitch the teams from Sri Lanka and Malaysia.
So Sri Lanka dressed in their white strip, coming up against Malaysia in their yellow. Both teams playing in the Commonwealth Games last month in Glasgow. Did you watch any of that, Di?
Yeah, picked a little bit up. It's quite an unusual situation, isn't it? Hong Kong were in the Commonwealth Game pre-97. And lots of my mates back home forget that we're no longer in it, forget that the Connolly no longer exists. So, yeah, and then of course you look down the team list, and it's great to see that, you know, Sri Lanka, Singapore, Malaysia are able to still compete in that tournament, and would have probably helped these guys prepare for this Asian series, and indeed the Asian Games later in the month.
Your referee for this match, Mr. Matt Rodden from Hong Kong.
So Sri Lanka with a couple of victories yesterday. They beat the People's Republic of China 17-5, and then Chinese Taipei 40 points to 12. Malaysia beating UAE 40-0, but then losing to Japan 28-0. So mixed performance there. And this is where Malaysia will feel as though they've got some ascendancy. Here's a young 18-year-old Murray Lin, who throws a beautiful pass to the inside runner Vatamio. So the first blood to Malaysia in this clash. And that'll be the plan for Malaysia. Big men running angles.
I think possibly Malaysia for the first tournament in a long while have got the balance right. They've got this ability to be able to pick and select Fijian players that are domiciled in Malaysia, and they've swung in the last few years between picking all local boys or all Fijians. It seems this tournament that I can see some of the young talented kids that have come up through the under-20 setup that have won the Asian under-20s championship twice.
Well, this boy Lin is still at high school. He's 18, goes to the Malaysian International School, and is a centre. Imagine turning up in your high school team and facing a 190
big lad as well.
Lad, yeah, like that. So, but obviously with the ball skills, can play fly half as well and fullback, but in the forward pack here. So, chance to perhaps see this star in the making Will Wara later on. In fact, it goes the other side of the field now to Velaratna. Gayan Velaratna from the Kandy Club. He's been in the international wilderness for the last couple of years. Good to see him back. Mutantantri gets it to Marija. Out now to Damapala. So still Wilwara out in the wing there. hasn't touched the ball. They go left again. This is Ratwate. He gives it to Velaratna again. Runs straight and hard, and oh, he's put a foot in touch. Shame, Ratwate was away.
Again, what you're going to see, Mike, is a contrast in styles. A great try up the middle, some punches, some powerful running by Malaysia to open scoring. Now you're seeing the contrast in play with the Sri Lankans swinging it left and right, full width of the park to create space for their steppers and their speedsters. So it's going to be a great game, and it's going to be the guys who can secure a little bit more possession that they're going to come out on top and look after it for 3 and 4 phases.
For Rizal to put the ball into this line out, flying high, but that it's Mutatantri who comes away with it. Out this time to Wilwara, takes the ball on the back foot. Let's see if he's got magic up his sleeve now. Has to take the contact. There's 2 or 3 men on him. I know they were going to muscle up on him out there, the Malaysians, talking to them earlier today. Ratwate to Velaratna. Oh, and that was perhaps a knock, yes. Yeah, there was a bit of acting there with the Superman dive, but a sure try has been saved.
Decision by Matt Roden, then it was a blatant knock on. Couldn't award the penalty try because the pass may have been dropped, but certainly a good decision to yellow card that guy.
Yeah, and that's the key, the ball going, or the hands going downwards. Patting the ball down, always a sure sign. Here's Vilvada, runs straight and hard, arrows his way through the gap, and with the second touch of the ball, scores a try.
Again, saw again, Mike. It was, if you remember, it was Malaysia's line out, overthrow at the line out, no cover at the back of the line out. Just can't afford to be overthrowing those kind of plays in your own 22, and as a result, it's put Singapore back in the game.
Now, who do you feel Coach Gareth Baber would prefer to play in the semi-final?
I think they offer 2 different contrasts. The game against either side is about control, so Gareth won't really be thinking about preference. He'll be addressing the fact that both sides, whoever it might be, play different kind of games, and so he'll wait for the result and then address the team strategy to win the semi-final. But certainly the bigger, straighter, directer runners of Malaysia opposed to the steppers and the speedsters out wide of Sri Lanka. So 2 different game strategies really, Mike.
Malaysia down to 6 men and under pressure here, 30 metres out from their line.
Critical ball to be won here to get the player back up to 7.
So Keithley.
Time to be spent. Bringing again the big Fijian guy down the middle, outpowering rather than going wide.
Good work at the tackle though. Sri Lanka get over the ball, and there's a turnover. Wilwara again. Well, can't grasp the ball in his hands though. It's time to reset. Tries to muscle up for Adzal. Holding on.
Sort of squeezing, holding on, covering the ball up in the tackle. Good decision again. Just need to play the game and take it. Needs to go to touch really to slow the game down so Malaysia can get back up to 7 men. I think that will occur.
Oh,
and he's gone and missed.
Out, the youngster.
Bit of naivety there, gone and missed it's the last thing you want now. 6 men on, thinking we were going to line out, having worked hard.
Mutatantri on his 22, tries to commit the 2 defenders, does so, but Veraratna's at a standstill.
Everybody's suffering early on day 1 from this kind of heat. Now Sri Lanka have played into the hands of the Malaysian guys. Up, and there he goes.
Here's a flyer. It's a Damapala, I think. He showed his wings yesterday. In fact, it's Ratwate who has got support out here. Wilwara. Good vision from Ratwate. And he's once he gets going, he's a flyer, Wilwara.
So frustrating as a coach. That should have gone into touch by the youngster out on the far touch line. Malaysia would have been back to 7 men at their own line out, but as a result he's missed touch and now they're 7 points down.
So Sri Lanka sneaking to the lead just on the eve of half-time. The conversion to come from Marija, and he gets that one straight between the sticks. 14 points to 7.
That's all I would say, Mike. What Gareth will be looking at, Gareth Baber from Hong Kong, is the intensity of the game, and it is intense. End-to-end stuff. Both sides already breathing hard, heavy. Been a tough 6 minutes so far. So Gareth will be looking for is for these 2 guys to be really competitive, because they've Hong Kong had a relatively easy and stress-free quarter-final.
Here comes the man straight off the bench, Atonia, looking to make amends for his yellow. Lynn, first receiver. Zulkifli, and outside to Rambebe.
Suggest there's going to be a bit of power play again inside there. Great play by the Fijian.
Zulkifli's got some pace here too. Walwara's tracking back. Nice pause and stop to meet his support. Rambebe again.
What an influential player.
Just drawing all that defence, so there'll be a discussion in goal again just to make sure they've got it right. And yes, the try is awarded by referee Roden, so good work there from Malaysia.
Try on the stroke of half time from Malaysia, number 7, Zulkifli bin Azmi.
And he was one player who featured strongly in the Commonwealth Games, Zulkifli, and able to match pace for sure with some of these international stars they came up against.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Malaysia on the bench for, or in the sim bin for 2 minutes. It was him in the bin, yeah.
Was it? Number 1.
Touched the ball in that play from inside his own half, Mike, 3 times.
So half time here at the Hong Kong Football Club. And Sri Lanka lead Malaysia by 2 points, 14-12.
Great half of rugby and all to play for, second half.
Now you'll no doubt be delighted to know that the family
We're doing the next games, yeah?
at the Training Triangle Big Top
I don't have the team list. I don't. No, wait.
3 temporary tattoos. There is face painting.
Do you know who's up next?
Balloon
It's the women.
modelling. Everything that a family can hope for. And coming up at 12 o'clock, a
women,
live performance from Elsa, the Queen of Frozen Land.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah. Yeah. Have you got the team list? The team sheets? Have you got the team sheets? Oh. Do you want to pop down and see if you can get the team list for the women's, if that's all right? Thank you. That's nice. Let the natural sound flow.
Quick thank you to our sponsors,
Oh,
the
brilliant.
title sponsor of this tournament, RS Components, our official partners, Pinnacle, Event Cannabis Asia, Stella Master Wines, and the Hong Kong Football Club. The ARFU associate sponsors, Gilbert
say that, didn't you?
Cookery and
Chinese
Safe
Taipei
Hotels.
and-
You can never be too safe. And the union sponsors, HSBC, Carlsberg, Gilbert, Andy, Cookery, Pink, and Rhino. We're ready for the second half. Sri Lanka leading Malaysia by 14 points to 12.
Zulkifli restarts, and it's a good kick, but Marija does well. Gets to Wilwara. The crossing there, but Wilwara and his pace and elusiveness there. Certainly him and Tom McQueen will be the top try scorers of this tournament so far.
First try of
He's really
the
burst
second
on the
half,
scene, Wilwara.
and the hat-trick for Sri Lanka number 3, the flying Anuradha Wilwara.
Regis missed that one from in front of the post. He's not happy with that. 19 points to 12. It's given Malaysia the feeling they can tie this one up if they score next. That was a crucial conversion miss there by Marija. Totally unlike the veteran standoff. A long kickoff to keep Malaysia inside their own 22. Good work though as they get out of their territory. And there are some numbers here too, although a good tackle from Damapala. Regis back as a sweeper. waits for his support. Had to just hold his checkers pass there. And Damapala couldn't get back in support. Now he's there at the base of this ruck. Damapala flips the ball back to Marija. That's Veveratna. To Tantri. Sadly, it's not Wilwara on the outside. It's Patirana. He's still got a bit of pace for a strapping loose forward. Veveratna again. Now it's Marija. Here's Wilwara, who backs his strength in the contact area. Brave young man, as well as having all the pace, and it's Ratwate who steps around the outside of the defence. A bit of a miscommunication there, so Ratwate runs the try-in. An important score for Sri Lanka.
Huge start to the second half, Mike, by Sri Lanka. Pressure, first 2 minutes. Now, can Malaysia respond? You suggest maybe not because of the heat, and they look a bit demoralised actually with these 2 early scores. Just checking the stadium scoreboard. Is that a 12-point game now, Mike? Or
yep. 14 now.
So if they can get the next score, they're still in it. But who knows? Malaysia can still pinch a score. So looking at the stadium, they're saying it's 26, but I believe he missed the conversion, Mike. So I think it's a 12-point game, isn't it?
No, he got the conversion. He missed the last one.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Is it not a 12-point game? Yes, it's 24-12.
Yeah. Chua. Hasn't gone 10 metres, but the Malaysians decide to pick it up and run with it. They realise the urgency here that they need to score. Penalty here for Malaysia.
Not rolling away at the tackle.
Just 3 minutes left of this game. Malaysia need to score. Lin to Abu Bakar, Zulkifli. Good run from Zulkifli, 22-year-old, but he knocks it on in the contact. So Sri Lanka have a chance to counter-attack through Ratwate. He just scored the last try, full of running. Fit young man. Tantri. Of course, Sri Lanka just finished not only Commonwealth Games, but 2 weeks of Carlton Sevens. So they are devastatingly match fit.
That's a critical giveaway.
Damapala with a poor decision there to kick possession away. Can Malaysia make the most of this? Needs support, the ball runner. It's slow coming. And yeah, perhaps not enough support to clean out the breakdown there. So Sri Lanka decide to come away with it.
Critical play. Oh, well played.
Good tackle from Lin. But Wate knocks the ball on.
2 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, play just breaking down here. I think you're right, the heat's taken an effect on, surprisingly, the Malaysians. They're well used to this climate, that's for sure.
But this is the beauty of Sevens rugby, isn't it, Mike? They're 12 points down. They got possession now, score in this next minute, and Malaysia can still win this game. You'd say it was done and dusted, but it's way off that at the moment. An early score from this scrum, and it's all to play for off the kickoff.
Is it?
So dare I say it, if they could get a quick score, it could be overtime in this heat.
Mohammed Zarif is on the field. He'll feed the ball from scrum half. And new fresh legs here as well, because Sadiq's on as well, standing at first receiver. Zarif to Sadiq. Tatunasia. Hard man to drag down. They're 30 metres out now, Malaysia. And here he is, Sadiq. Gets smashed in the tackle though. Good physical work at the breakdown from the Sri Lankans. And they've really made a mess of that ball, although they're penalised for not releasing the ball carrier. Abu Bakar. Sadiq. Again, good defence from the Sri Lankans. They seem to have every angle covered at the moment. Atunasia to Zulkifli. Have they reckoned on Zulkifli's speed?
And
No,
that
they
is
have
critical, under the post. That is critical.
So there we are. Zulkifli can, if they convert this try quickly through Murray Lynn, they are within touching distance. 7-point gap now and 40 seconds to go. So you'll be rubbing your hands with glee as a Hong Kong supporter here, Dai. They've really spent some energy in this game.
They have. It's been a fantastic game of sevens rugby. It was, after day one, it was always going to be the quarter final of the second day, and it was always going to be competitive. Two good sides, and all to play for with 40 seconds to go.
Sarif to restart. Goes right. Some tall timber out there to compete with this ball.
Ooh,
gets up nicely but knocks it on.
It's game, set and match.
Oh, and some lovely play there, picking the ball up well as Ranjan. And Mr. Spiderlegs himself goes 60 metres, scores under the posts to put the icing on the cake for Sri Lanka.
That's a try for Sri Lanka, number 5.
Excellent quarter final. Good advert for Asian Sevens rugby. Fantastic, Mike.
So it's Pereira in the absence of Marija who will convert this try. Gets it up high and handsome and
off the upright.
So the score remains 31 points to 19. Sri Lanka victors of this quarter final over Malaysia.
Casting your eyes once again to the big screen, you'll see an array of selfie photos for the Kukri selfie competition. If you'd like to enter the competition, you can download the Lumi app, or alternatively, make your way to the Lumi tent, which is in the entertainment zone.
You're right.
Thanks, man.
You have a pen.
Semi-final run. Sri Lanka versus Singh, yeah? Thanks, guys. Been abandoned again by Mike. He's taking a well-earned break after the